So this meeting is now streaming live on Facebook.
Okay, so really? So that's good. Bear with me, Tick. All right. Meeting is now streaming on live on Facebook. Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome, Sandy, and welcome, Alan. The objective of today, and is for you people to brag a bit about yourself and to promote whatever you want to promote. And I'm going to give you 3 or 4 minutes to do it. All right. And I will do it in the order of joining. Sandy, you were first to join, and then Alan, you were second. Well, because we officially don't start for another 6 minutes. Sure. So maybe the benefit, maybe we could just chat for a moment till that time comes. Because what I'd like to do is, and I'll share this with others when they join us, what I'd like to do is to make sure that whatever is happening in this particular group is giving you what you want. And if it's not giving you what you want, then I'd like to know. I mean, it's important for me to be able to provide the service that you want, all right? That's the first thing. The other thing is this. This is an interesting thing for you, Alan. Okay, I'm not going to say too much, but you know what we're talking about, signature talk, right?
Right. Yeah.
So really, it'll be interesting for you to see how you go, and I can give you some feedback later. I mean,
yes, thanks.
The other option is this. The other thing is this. One is to brag a bit and to promote. And the other thing is, of course, we call it what's working for you, right? So if there's any ideas or concepts or tips that you'd like to share, then by all means do it. I'll just admit John, bear with me. Hello there, John. Hello there, John. No.
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, right, good to see you. We've got Sandy, we've got Alan, we've got John. We officially don't start for another 4 minutes, guys, right? And we've got no ladies joined us yet. So whilst we're waiting, do you have any thoughts? I mean, do you have any thoughts about what you'd like to see in this community that's not there now, that I could provide to you as a matter of serving you in a better way? And I'm going to ask this question a few times during this session to make sure people get it right. If you have any thoughts about that, then please reach out and let me know. Okay, I've got someone else who I'm meeting here, but it just says iPhone. I don't know who iPhone is.
Just thinking out loud about your question, Peter. I mean, my particular issue is trying to connect with people who might be interested in my service. So what I'm trying to do is identify audiences who may be interested. Basically, just for anyone who doesn't know, I'm in the UK. I operate in UK and in Europe, and offer a project and construction management service. So that's just to give a background. I'm not trying to make a presentation. I'm just informing the other people on the call just about what I'm interested in, because they don't know me from Adam. So
okay, fine, that's good.
So that's my feedback about your question. Yeah.
Thank you. Now I can see John, Alan, Sandy, Cecil. Good to see you, Cecil. And who have I got with iPhone? Sorry, I don't know. Who's joined with the iPhone so I can personalize it a bit?
Where's it going? Where on your screen there?
Yeah. Can you identify yourself? Just so I can be personal, that's all. From
it looks like somebody called Fred.
Oh, okay, it's Fred. Okay,
If
Fred.
that helps.
Oh, sorry. Good on you. All righty. Well, now we're 1 minute to the official start time. All right. And we'll start with Sandy, then Alan, then you, John, then Fred, and then Cecil. Okay. And that's the order you've joined us. And I just want to share this with you. The purpose is for you to brag a bit about what you can do and to promote what you have. And at the same time, please, in the comments below, leave a link to where they can access whatever you want them to access about you. The whole purpose of this is for me to help promote you to the members of this group. And remember this, I mean, Alan, I just heard you there. And it's interesting to note that you may feel that what you have to offer may not be necessarily of direct interest to some members within this group. But what you aren't aware of is what these members in the group, who are they connected to?
Sure.
Okay, this is very important. Okay, very important. So don't ever assume. I mean, I want you to reach out to each other and at least friend each other and have some sort of engagement and conversation in order to start the process of getting to know each other. All right, because doors will open, opportunity doors will open, and they'll come from areas that you least expected, that truly you least expected. So don't limit your engagement with a potential community member based on their profile. Okay, bear with me, Dick. We've got our first lady to join us, that is Joy Healey. Okay, Joy's from the UK. Bear with me, Dick. All right. Wait, just wait. Hello there, Joy.
Oh, hello, Peter. Hi.
Good,
Hi.
thank you. Just for those who just joined, I'm going to start with you, Sandy, because you're the first cab off the rank. And I just want to repeat it again. The purpose of today is to let you brag a bit. Whatever you want to talk about, you can brag about it. That's the point. And then you can then promote your offer, whatever it may be. I don't mind that. Promote whatever it is. And then in the comments section, put a link so people can find you in the comments rather than on the chat, because people can't see the chat. All right. So I've just got one person. Okay. Anna's just joined. Just bear with me a moment and I'll go back to you, Sandy.
Good morning.
Hi, Anna. Good to see you.
Good to see you all too.
Just to let you know, I'm going to reprint this. I'll reprint this quite a few times. The purpose of today is to let you brag a bit, okay? And I want to give you 3 or 4 minutes each, if you can do it, right? It's a bit of a test of your presentation skill in a way. But I want you to brag a bit and then promote what you can do and what you have to offer. And then in the comments, leave a link where people can find you, all right? The purpose is for me to help you promote you and your business. That's the point of it, all right? So, Sandy, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready to go rock and roll.
Okay, well then start bragging and promoting, my man. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I have no problem bragging. You know, anyway, I'm from Canada. My name is Sandy Murray. And let me tell you, it's a pleasure to be here today. I really, you know, just, you know, I don't know everybody here. I've talked to Peter before online, and we all know how great he is. So I won't brag on him too much. But as far as myself, I'm in affiliate marketing, and essentially the way I position myself is an online startup advisor / expert. So what I really do is probably what some of you do here as well, is I just help people start an online business and, you know, make some money from home. You know, you've heard that terminology where, you know, how do you turn your computer into an ATM machine? Well, I really get a lot of pleasure from doing that. I talk to people from all over the world, and I've helped a lot of people. Now, the 2 programs that I'm involved in, what I've done is in some countries, some of the programs they have problem with ClickBank and setting up PayPal. And so I put together two programs that are very similar in nature, but essentially they're different. And what they are, the first one is, and you may have seen this on Facebook, and some of you may already be a member, and that is traffic domination.
I've lost your audio, Sandy. Can anyone else hear it? No.
And
No, I
Sandy.
can't hear either.
Okay, Sandy, no.
He's
Hello?
gone.
Yeah, I can hear that, Fred. Sandy, if you can hear me, then we can't hear you. I mean, we did, but all of a sudden you just cut out. And according to me, you've got 2 minutes left. So go. I'll just admit, Yvonne. Are you right now, Sandy? I'll come back to you. All right. Do me a favor. I'll just put Mark to come back to you. Okay. Alan, you're next. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes, I can. Sandy, you've got 2 minutes left. Make the most of it. Feel like I'm like.
Can you hear me now by any chance?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Okay,
Speak
well,
up, my man.
I quickly changed my microphone. I had some kind of problem, so I put on a headset. Anyway, so
Made me feel like Joe Biden at a Trump convention.
Oh, exactly. But anyway, I've got essentially everything that I do is initially free. It's free training, and then what I do is I just coach people through the programs because I'm very familiar with them. So I think that sort of wraps it up for me.
Okay, so would you also, Sandy, make sure you put a link in the comments so people can connect with you in your most preferable way, all right? And I know you've muted yourself, but the other thing is this, Sandy, obviously, no, don't put it in the chat, put it in the comments on Facebook, not in the chat, all right? Okay, Alan, are you ready, my man?
Hi, everybody. Yes, nice to meet you all here. And I am grateful for the opportunity to just tell you a little bit about myself. Basically, I'm a construction manager. I've been in construction all my life. And I have started a company in Slovenia a few years ago, first of all, in Europe. And then I've also established this in UK, and this is a service that we offer. I'm just going to share my screen. I hope you can see something here. It's basically a project management service for.
I can't see your screen. I can't see it.
Okay. Well, we'll forget that idea then, and I'll just explain to you what it's all about.
Okay.
What basically the situation is in the UK is there are opportunities for investors to make money as a result of substantially there's a shortage of residential accommodation in the UK, and this is like at a crisis level, and there's opportunities for investors to make money from property development by investing in projects in the UK. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yes.
And these permitted development rights give an opportunity to convert commercial offices, for example, which are generally at low value, and they're being hit by the recession at the moment. So there's less demand for offices in the UK, but there's still this massive demand for residential accommodation. So basically you can formulate projects to convert from offices into residential, or in some cases from retail space, or the vacant space above shops at street level. Usually in the first and second floors there are vacant space there which can be converted to residential accommodation. And our company can offer a good return to investors who might be interested in investing in the UK. We also offer a service in Europe as well, because we've got connections and a network all over Europe. So if anyone wants to connect with me, basically my number is +44 7539 141 257, and I'm Alan at alpusgroup.com, and I'm going to put a link into the comments on Facebook, which will give you some more information, some more detailed explanation of the very brief overview that I've given in a couple of minutes. It'll take probably half an hour, and it will explain to you this process of how you can benefit from the UK property market, above all markets, and then other opportunities in Europe as well. So that's basically me and what I do.
Thank you, Alan.
Cheers. Thanks.
Just for your interest, that was 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Hi, Yvonne. Nice to see you. Good to see you. Just to let you know, everybody, this is a time for you to brag about what you do and to promote what you do. But I also want to remind you that the purpose of this little community is to help each other, okay? But people haven't really grasped what I'm on about. Do not, and I've said this before in this session, but I want to say it again, do not judge a person's potential value to you by their profile, because you don't know who they're connected with, okay? Be careful with that. And I would love you to all at least friend each other, for goodness sake, and because the doors of opportunity open when you are engaged with people. If you prejudge them simply because you look at their profile and think, oh, no, I'm not interested in cooking, fine, but her husband may be exactly the client you're looking for. That's the point, all right? So please take that to heart, okay? All right. John Allen, you're number 3. I'm doing it in order, by the way. And again, you've got 3 to 4 minutes, John, to promote, to brag, and make sure you put your link in the comments. Over to you, my man.
Thank you. I'd like to start out by asking everybody here a question. How many of you have ever paid for an ad and got 0 to no results? I hope I'm not the only one, ever put it in there. Great. What I'd like to share with you today is I want to talk about the benefits of organic marketing. Now, I don't believe anybody should pay for an ad until they have at least received and got proven results from a free ad, organic. That way, then when you have these proven results, now if you want to spend your money on advertising, you can put it into and even build a stronger ad. Now, what I want to go over here is for this organic marketing, there's actually 5 steps, but I only want to cover 3 of them today because I've only got a couple minutes here. And these 3 steps, what they're going to do, they're all very, very important. Step 1 is, we've all heard it, you got to have a niche, right? Who do you know and all the rest of that good stuff. Everybody, I'd be willing to bet, knows about the demographics, the sex, the age, the married, the income, and all the rest of it, right? How many of you know about the psychographics of that same person? What the psychographics are, they're the person's hot buttons, the what's in it for me. Because if you don't answer that question, your ad is going no place. It's like most of the ads you see on TV today, they're all, here's my product, buy it now. They don't put in any results. People don't buy a course. They don't make investments. They don't hire somebody to be a coach. They don't do training. What they do is they buy results. It's results that count. Results, results, results. So when you're talking to people, talk to them about your results. That's why when you're building your niche, that is so important. It's like Peter's saying, when you don't know who they know. So don't ever prejudge somebody by that way. Part number 2 is you've got to be consistent and persistent. And we all know, you got to send this out, you got to send that out. But I'd be willing to bet the majority of the people aren't persistent or consistent. And the main reason for it is they don't know what they're having to put out there. You want to put your best stuff out there and be giving that out for free. Why do I say that? Because that builds the know, like, and trust factor. So when you're promoting your material, give them the best stuff, because then they think, wow, Alan really knows what he's talking about. Fred really knows what they're talking about. I got to talk to them. But if you're just putting out mediocre crap the same as everybody else, that's all they judge you by. So you've got to be willing to put your best stuff out there to build that know, like, and trust. The third part of this is the financial. You've got to be making money. When your organic ads are generating just some money, like I said, then if you want to put your money into paid advertising, go ahead and do it. Because, now, and the other thing that's going to happen is, I'd be willing to bet, like, your paid advertising is going to take you 4 to 6 months to really start generating something. Now, if you've been using organic marketing for that whole length of time, I'll be willing to bet you're not going to put your money into it. You're going to keep your hard-earned money right in your pocket where it deserves to stay. So, with that, I'd like to put it out here, and I'll put it in the comments section, that if anybody would like more information, they can reach out, contact me, and I'll be glad to share and talk about how organic marketing can work for you. One of the things that has happened for me, one of my clients, Sonia Schnee out of New Jersey, she was a videographer. And when she started out, she was only charging $800 to $1,200 for a 30 to 60 second commercial. After we worked together and I showed her how to attract her ideal client, she now charges $4,000 to $5,000 for the same commercial. So, if that's of interest to you, reach out and I'll be glad to talk. Thank you.
Sounds good to me. And John, is it the point you're making? I want to make sure I understood you, that you really shouldn't go into paid advertising until you've proven it. You can do it organically first, and then you use the paid version to scale up. Is that my understanding?
Right. And sorry if I didn't
Correct?
make that clear.
Okay.
My big thing is nobody should pay for an ad until they've generated some revenue
Okay.
with organic.
Okay.
Make sure
Good
that it's a proven ad. You've got a
Good
funnel that's bringing in the money. So,
Good advice. Thank you very much. Good stuff.
you're welcome.
Make sure you put your link in the thing.
Yep.
Hello, Lisa Anna Palmer. Nice to see you join us. I'm going in order of people joining here. You've got 3 to 4 minutes to brag about whatever you want to brag about, and then to promote whatever you want to promote. Okay. And one last thing, I want to say this again because it's important that you help me get this message through. I want this community to reach out to each other more than you're doing now. I really do. Okay. Because you don't know who they are connected with. So don't prejudge them on their profile. That's all I'm asking you to do, okay? And in doing that, I'd like to ask one other thing. If you think there are people who could benefit from being part of our community, then invite them to join, okay? I mean, you know what we're trying to do here, and I'm more than happy to support you if you feel that you could benefit from you bringing someone into this group that you can actually help grow, and they can use this group to build their relationships with other people. Anyway, I'll leave that with you. All right, thanks, John. Fred, Mr. iPhone, Mr. Melbourne, are you ready? Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, just taking myself off mute.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Fred, I can hear you. Brag away and promote to your heart's content. You've got 4 minutes.
Gee, I'm not sure I'm good at this bragging bit, but anyway, here we go. Basically what I do is I help people optimize their lead magnets and use technology to do it. So we do that through, using Facebook bots. Basically, that's the push at the moment. And so we get people into a Facebook bot, pre-qualified the leads, and then take them down that journey, and so that when you're talking to somebody, you know exactly what they're doing. But I suppose my win and my brag for this week is that I've got a client that I look after that runs a local pizza shop. And because of COVID-19, the local restrictions have just been released, but eateries like that are now required to record people that visit for contact tracing. So we launched an app for him, which allowed him to record people that come in, just grabbing the name and phone number. But the restriction was you can't use that for marketing purposes. So we went into cheat mode. So we take that information, but the last question we ask the person once they enter it is, do you want to join my VIP club? So if they say yes, then suddenly we've got marketing permission, and we've got permission-based marketing. Now, the brag bit about that is that I've taken that and I've actually launched a new service and a new website to actually offer that service now to other local businesses. And we signed 4 in the last 2 days. So next week's looking good.
Well
so
done.
if anybody's interested in that, I'll post the link, but it's I've launched a new website called signin.io, and there's a hyphen between the sign and the in. So if anybody knows any business that needs to record data or build a database or build a loyalty program, then that's the new website they need to go to.
Excellent. Fred, thank you very much. Make sure you put the link in the comments, all right?
Yeah, I'll do it on Facebook. I actually put it in the chat, but I'll do it on Facebook.
Yeah, do it on Facebook. Thank you very much. And John, just quickly back to you. That example you gave of that client who's now charging $5,000 rather than $800, I should have said congratulations. That is a fantastic transformation. Really. So congratulations, my man. That is good to hear. Really good to hear. Okay, Cecil, you're next, my man.
Okay. So good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. What I'm excited to share with you about today is something that I sort of stumbled upon that I wasn't even aware of existed, but I'm a proud ambassador of CBD, which is the shorter version of the name cannabidiol, which is the active compound in the hemp plant, which actually has a lot of health benefits. Some of you may have heard of this and some of you may have not, but I just want to start off by dispelling one rumor, because the hemp plant is related to the marijuana plant. They are both from the family of cannabis. The big difference between the two plants is that hemp has very low or small trace amounts of THC, whereas the marijuana plant has very high levels of THC. And the hemp plant has just such small trace amounts that it does not get you high, and therefore it's not psychoactive. So it does have many benefits, however, because it has a high concentration of CBD. Now you can get CBD in different formats. You can get it in edibles or tinctures, which I have a bottle here of. It's a oil-based product. Or actually this one is not. That's what I'm excited to share with you about today, is that the particular type of CBD that I sell, called Ultracell, is water soluble. Now, what does that mean? Well, we all know that our bodies are composed of mainly water, about 60% water, which makes the bioavailability of my product much higher. In other words, your body can absorb much more of it. And just to give you an idea how much more, and therefore how much more beneficial for you it can be, is they've determined, research has shown that if it's oil-based, and we all know that water and oil don't mix, so your body is not going to be able to absorb very much of it. How much? It has been shown as little as 4%. So what does that mean? That means you're basically flushing about 96% of the oil-based product down the toilet, literally. Where our product has been shown to have high concentration amounts in the body for up to 12 hours, up to anywhere between about 86 and 94% concentration levels in the bloodstream. And this is proven by third-party testing of our products. We also have another product just recently released, and this is it right here. It's in powder form. which makes it much more easier to take. You can take a little small scoop, which comes in the container, and drop it in a 4 to 8 ounce glass of water and drink that every morning for your whatever you may be taking it for. And at the beginning, I mentioned that I sort of stumbled upon this. And the way that was is I was actually a customer before I became an ambassador. One of the problems with the I should say the cannabinoids in our body, just to give you a really brief description of, we all have what's called an endocannabinoid system, which was only discovered in 1992. And it's a system inside every organ in our body that helps with our health. Now, in the United States, hemp was outlawed in 1939. It was just recently legalized again in 2018. So between 1939 and in 2018, anyway, in the United States, our bodies have become deficient in cannabinoids because our body is actually able to produce them as well. However, the problem being, as we age, our bodies cannot produce these cannabinoids. So if we're deficient, the best thing you can do is take CBD. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cecil. Thank you very much indeed. Next cab off the rank, Joy.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Right, okay, right, thanks. Well, I'm Joy and I'm lucky enough to live in the beautiful city of Norwich in the UK. What I am good at is juggling. That's juggling offline business for the rest of the family. However, that doesn't leave me very much time to promote anything online. So I have spent, I've had bitter experience of discovering that you either need a lot of time or some money to promote anything online. So what I have done is I have identified a couple of businesses that are very much done for me. And I don't want to sound lazy, but it's just that I've got so many things going on offline. So I've got two businesses that I'm promoting. Both are very much done for me, the promotional aspects of one of them in particular. One is an angel investing share club, and that is a way that you can invest a small amount of money into, on a monthly subscription, into companies that we hope will become, you know, the next Amazon or Facebook. That's probably exaggerating a little bit. But one company that we invested in recently, just before it launched on the stock market. When it launched on the stock market, the value of my shares tripled, and that's great. You can either, it's a long-term strategy, obviously. There is an opportunity to promote the club and earn an income from doing that, but that's optional. And in fact, most members just join and enjoy the benefits of the club. And you get a very good financial education as well, because you listen to how businesses in the real world operate. I mean, for instance, one of them is a company called Skinny Tonic, and they are in UK, well, they're listed on Amazon, that they're selling, so they're profitable companies already. It's not, you know, it's real world profitable companies. The promotional aspect of it is done for me because my very kind team leader produces videos, and as you can all see, videos aren't my thing. But Paul produces fantastic videos and an autoresponder series that we can get out there. And people typically take a long time before they decide they're interested. that they can just follow along. They can join the webinars, quiz the owners of the company directly. And most importantly, we spread our risk by over several shares. So you're typically investing about $25 in any one company. So you spread over several different companies. So that's one. The other one is a short term, and it's one I've only just joined, and it's done for you foreign exchange trading. And at first I dismissed this and thought it was, you know, a scam. But when I've looked into the due diligence behind the company, it's really good. And I can say I've been paid out, what, six weeks now. It's not a huge record, but there are people who've been on there a lot longer and have got the proof. So that's my those are my two companies, and as I say, I'm promoting passive investment without having to do an awful lot that going for it done for me. Okay,
And,
thanks very
and
much.
at the same time, Joy, you don't have to be, I'm assuming you don't have to have a lot of investment knowledge to do this either, correct?
Oh no, none at all, none at
So you
all.
could be a dummy like me, right?
Yeah. No, you're not a dummy, but yeah, no investment knowledge required at all. It's all completely done for you, and if anything, you pick up information if you
Okay.
want to.
Okay, could you please put the information in the comments along with the links to both those companies?
I will. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joy. Anna.
Good morning,
Good
everybody.
morning.
I see people I know, which is wonderful, makes me feel happy. Yvonne and Lisa, I love both of you, as you know, fabulous people. And Peter, I like you too. You're okay. And I'm going to start with the fact that I'm 0% humble. I'm good with bragging. And I'm going to be bragging about how great of a facilitator I am today. So what I'm going to be bragging about is my upcoming mastermind group launch for executive decision makers. And what we're going to be doing is taking 25 members, whoever signs up, we vet them, they join, and then we are creating a community for them where they can be connecting with other peers in a safe environment to talk about the good and the bad of the business. You know, because we're so used to promoting our business, how great we are, how fabulous we are, how amazing we are, hire us because we're such professionals, right? So on the flip side is the stuff that we don't talk about. You know, how do I respond to this client who's being difficult? How do I manage this kind of situation, right? So what we've created is a community for business owners, executives, decision makers to be free. I always equate it to the same feeling of, after a big meal, like a Thanksgiving dinner meal, and you pop off that button on your jeans. And can you just feel free after being contained within those jeans? All right. So be able to be honest, be able to participate and get engaged. Right. So the whole idea is to help also with the mental and psychological famines that we are all going through. We're drained every day of our mental resources with all the things that's going on, especially here in North America. We are pretty much dealing with burnout from the election, and it's not even over yet. Right. So the mastermind is all about helping people create brand loyalty, learn how to create a new business for the new normal, wherein you're thriving and you're creating a business and organization that is very much equitable, ethical, empathetic, and engaging. Right. So what we also do is provide weekly sessions within the group all about those topics. So we have a curriculum about it, you know, to create a clarity and a feeling of belonging. So what I am going to do is in the comments invite everybody here to the info session about the mastermind, if you want to know more, which is on November 13th, and the launch of the mastermind is on November 24th. Right. So the people here who know me know that I'm a very strict facilitator, cheerfully so. But if I have 3 to 4 minutes, I have 3 to 4 minutes, and it's very strict about it. Okay, because I believe everybody's voice needs to be heard, and it's my job as a facilitator, the leader of this, you know, event, to do so. Peter, I don't mean to put you on the spot at all. I just tell about how I do things, right? And for me, it's very important that everybody's voice is heard and respected, and we can help everybody together on their with their, you know, little issues that come up. That we can help you develop a business that is on the right side of history in the new normal, essentially. So that's me bragging about myself. I think I already bragged all along.
Anna,
So
Anna,
thank
that's
you,
good.
everybody.
Please make sure you put a link to the mastermind in the comments, okay? Very important.
Okay. Okay. Thank
Thank you
you,
for
everybody. And it's
sharing.
great to see people I know. And yeah, just happy to see everybody.
Okay. Yvonne. Hi, but before that, Mitali, nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Sorry. And just before you start, Yvonne, you've got 3 or 4 minutes to brag whatever you want to brag about, okay? And to promote whatever you want to promote. And as long as you make sure you put in the comments a link to whatever you're talking about. Over to you, Yvonne Jones, the queen of customer service. Love her to death.
Good morning, good morning or afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Peter. I'm Yvonne A. Jones, and Peter calls me all the time, the queen of customer service, and I love it. Thank you, Peter. It's a title I heartily embrace. And just a quick backstory to that is that at the age of 16, walking out of high school, I walked into the largest commercial bank in Jamaica. And 2 months later, we were sent on, about 10 of us, 10 or 12 of us were sent on a customer service training. And I fell in love with customer service because I was extremely reserved. And once I got back to work and I found that I now was able to focus on people who were coming into this huge bank with large columns, and I was in the foreign exchange department. They would look intimidated because most of those people only came in because they needed to purchase a draft or money order to send to the United States or England. And you could see they looked lost, and they would look around because this was a main branch, columns huge, high ceilings and everything. And just going to the counter and saying, good morning, how are you? It's as if you could see all of the uncertainty fall off their shoulders. And that took me out of myself and more focused on bringing value to people right then and there. That was a lesson I learned that has stayed with me all these years. What has now changed over the past 50 years, and yes, I just gave you my age, is that our customers and our prospects are now more tech savvy. So whereas customer service is the foundation of you, has to be for your business, and the superior customer service, not just anything, it's the experience that you create for your customers, your prospects, your clients. That's what's going to set you apart in this day and age where people are more savvy. They can go to Google, they can find information easily. So ask yourself, what am I doing to make sure that I create a memorable experience for my clients, prospects, customers? That is one of the things that I teach. I'm passionate about it. I'm sure you can hear the passion in my voice. And I help business owners create these systems, have systems in place so that they can grow their business, make more profit, And as I always say, have fun in your business, because when you're less stressed about money, you're able to enjoy yourself. And with that in mind, I am in fact going to be launching a longer program in January, but for December, my goal is to have a simple 1 month program. It's a build a solid foundation for your business 1 month program, where I will be teaching a number of these strategies so that you can have that as a foundation for your business on which to build everything else. Then my other market, because as Joy said, we all do many things. And my other market is the woman who is 50, a highly motivated female entrepreneur who is 50 and wiser. That's my niche. And what I find with many of these women is that they have limiting beliefs. I'm too old, I can't change, I can't do this. And I help them to eliminate those beliefs so that they can stand in their power and embrace their experience, their wisdom, and their confidence so that they can grow their business or do whatever it is, they want to do and need to do to really feel that they are achieving the goals that they have for themselves. So for that, for both of these, I offer a complimentary discovery session. It's a Double Your Results Breakthrough Session. And I'll put my email and my phone number in the chat. And I'd love to talk with you. It's not a sales conversation. It's designed to help you to move forward and see what could be stopping you from achieving the goals that you have set for yourself. So again, thank you, Peter, for creating this space. And thanks to everyone so far that I've heard.
Yvonne, would you please make sure you put the contact details in the comments, not in the chat? In the comments, underneath it. Is that okay?
Oh, okay, on Facebook.
Not in the chat, because more people will see it. More people will see it. On the chat there, when they won't see that if they're watching a replay. All right. Anna's got a question for you.
I actually wanted to mention the word complementary versus free. It's a very big, little nuance, the difference for me. Free connotes a value that's less. Complementary means you have an amazing value and you're doing somebody almost a favor by showing them this or giving it to them. So the word free does not exist in my vocabulary, and I'm loving hearing it from you, Yvonne. There you are, the queen of customer service.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you very much, Anna. And thank you, Yvonne, very much indeed.
You're welcome.
Lisa Anna Palmer, my favorite author. Away you go. Brag to your heart's content.
Good morning, everyone. So great to see you. Longtime friends, new friends. Pleasure to be here. Thank you, Peter, for having this. This is so much fun. Must really love you though, because getting on Zoom at 8 a.m. in Canada is it's a bit of a stretch for me. So great to see you, everyone. So my name is Lisa Anna Palmer. I'm the founder and CEO of Light Your Leadership. And what I do is I coach new and emerging leaders, middle managers, directors on how to shift their mindset so they become great people leaders who love their lives and who people love them. So this is something that I run into in over 25 years of working within organizations and as well as with leaders one-on-one, is that, they step into it thinking it's all going to be wonderful and easy street. And then reality hits. And there's certain things that happen. I can see some of you smiling. You've been there, right? So have I. And there's a couple of things that contribute to that. Number one, making the choice to step into leadership based on the wrong things. Based on the idea that you have to get promoted, based on the idea that you're going to get the corner office or more power. Whereas when people who step into leadership experience that reward, that meaning, it's because they're doing it because they want to grow others and because they want to motivate others to contribute to something greater than themselves. So what I do is I coach, I train, I speak on leadership. One of the things I'm most proud of is I used to be like super shy And I was able to get out of my own comfort zone to now I do work as a trainer, a speaker. Anna's nodding her head. She met me when I used to be super shy. And so I help others also to step into their leadership and to get out of their comfort zone. So today I want to share 3 things that I'm working on. Number 1 is my book. It's called Light a Fire in Their Hearts, The Truth About Leadership. And Peter is in it. So Peter is actually featured. He made a contribution on the topic of philanthropy, because we can use philanthropy to really help our employees to find meaning in their work. And also it's wonderful to give back. And at the same time, they're learning about compassion and doing something good. So they keep that feeling and bring it back into organizations. So that's just one of the topics that are covered in the book. It's based on the fact that what sets great leaders apart is their ability to connect at the human level, and to do that through compassion, courage, and competence, because leadership is lifelong learning after all. So that's the book. I'm gonna post the link to it. It's available on Amazon, on your favorite bookstores as well. The second thing I wanted to talk about is I'm having, because of the journey I took to be able to become a leader and an author, and I actually launched my book. I can't believe it. I actually did it after 5 years. So that was a long journey. And now I'm wanting to share what that journey is like to achieve those big life goals with others. So I don't do this often. I'm a passion test facilitator, and I usually train on leadership, but this one's going to be answer your calling. So it's going to help people to answer their call. And I'm just going to offer this. I offer it maybe once or twice a year maximum. Actually, once every 2 years, more like it. And it's a special kind of program that's different than what I normally do, because I want to share the process of going from having an idea, oh, I want to be an author to help people and help leaders, to actually launching the book, becoming an international best-selling author, and now being able to spread the message around the world. So that's coming up on November 14th, and I'm going to be sharing the link to that. And the third thing is, this one's very simple. So I'm growing this wonderful community thanks to Mr. Peter Beckenham, who coached me to do so. He coached me to grow communities online on Facebook. And now I have a thriving community, almost 600 people. And it's called Light Your Leadership Community. And we have really great conversations about leadership. We go deep, and people are super engaged and contribute. And it's just a wonderful feeling to be surrounded by people who really care about others, who want to create organizations where people are engaged, are healthy, and just trying to figure out how to do that, because there are a lot of pressures within organizations, for example, achieving results, or external pressures that sometimes lead managers and others to behave in ways that are not conducive to healthy, sustainable workplaces. So that is what I'm talking about today. And hopefully you'll be able to check out the links. And I guess that's it. I don't know if I went over time or not, Peter. So thank you for this for this moment of time.
5 minutes and 50 seconds.
Oh, geez. Sorry, guys, I try.
I'm pulling your leg. I'm pulling your leg. I've got no idea. I forgot to put
okay.
But I've got a thought for you, Lisa. Okay?
Yes.
Reach out and talk to Mitali. I think I can see an unbelievable.
We actually have a session booked already, Peter. So good. Yeah, we
there's a collaboration sitting right there in front of you, yeah. Right?
Okay. That's right. She's right in the middle, right here. I can see you. Yeah. Hi, Mitali. Thank you.
And Anna is a person who you all should reach out to as well. And I'm not putting any biases. I mean, I want you all to reach out to everybody, but Anna is about to launch something, and I've been privileged to have a look at it, okay, and be part of the process, and it's really quite special. So I would suggest that you reach out.
I've actually signed up for Anna's session.
Yes, I saw it. Thank you, Lisa.
Okay.
Anyone.
All right. So, Mitali, your turn to brag and promote. Go for your life.
Okay, God, what am I bragging about? Sorry that I'm late, guys. I've been had an onboarding session with software. I hate software, but it's a necessary evil, so I had an onboarding session for that. What am I bragging about? I'm bragging about the fact that I can actually see the end of the tunnel when it comes to my book. It's nearly finished. I've got the last chapter to edit over the weekend, and then it's done. So I can actually pass it over to my editor, who can now go through it. And I've got a meeting with my cover designer on Monday, and it's just well, Lisa will understand this. It's like you start off and you're so enthusiastic. It's like, yes, I'm going to write a book, and a few weeks later you're like, oh my God, I hate this book. Do you know what I mean? Because it just takes over your life, and however long you think it was going to take you, you need to multiply it by at least 5, maybe 10, to get an idea of how much effort and time it takes to write a book. And it's just so nice that I can see the end of the tunnel now. I can see me passing it off to somebody else, and doing all the rest of it. So yeah, I'm kind of patting myself on the back that I finally made it, because there were times in the last few weeks where I just was close to giving up. I was just thinking, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. So what am I bragging about? I'm bragging about the fact that I'm really getting into doing lives at the moment. And thank you, Peter, for supporting me on this. Really appreciate it. It wasn't that I was nervous doing lives. It was just more in my head. I thought, does somebody want to hear from me every single day? So I would limit myself. So maybe once a week or once every week and a half, I'll go live. And then I started looking at the traction these lives were getting, and it was crazy. My average post is getting maybe 50 to 100 views. But the lives, on the lives, you may only have 3 people on. It doesn't really matter. But afterwards, you leave it for a few days, and you've got about 500 views of your live. It's just crazy that the eyeballs that are getting on it. So I made a commitment this week that I'm going to do a live every single day, bar Saturdays and Sundays. I need a rest. But Monday to Fridays, I'm going to pretty much do a live every single day. And I've only done 3 so far. And I've already had people contact me and say, tell me more about what you do. So it's getting that reach that my written posts weren't getting. So yeah, any advice I can give to you guys is start doing lives. Just get on it and just, and do what I do. If you're worried about how you look like on camera, don't watch it back. I don't watch anything back. It's already there. It's public, and I'm just not going to watch myself, because as soon as I start watching myself, then I go, why do I do that with my face? And what's my chin doing there? And why is my hair sticking up like that? And I start to judge myself. So I just don't even watch anything. Just let it, get it out and deal with it. So yeah.
Thanks, Mitali. Make sure you put a link in the comments. All right.
I will. Everything's still being created. So my website is being created. So unfortunately, I don't really have links to anything.
Yet. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Alan, Alan's just published a book, correct?
It's not quite published. It's finished and it's just about to be published, Peter.
Well, you better get in contact with Mitali, all right?
Yes. I was empathizing with Mitali when she was saying about thinking about giving up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to charge an advertising fee soon. So, all right. Now, look, thank you very much, everybody, for sharing. We're going to wrap it up. But a couple of things I just want to share. I actually was surprised and a bit disappointed that no one in the group actually has a podcast, or if they did, they didn't respond to a post I did. If you have a podcast, please look for that post in the group and put your link there, because that's what it was all about, to promote your podcast. All right.
Okay, I actually do have a podcast that my business partner runs. It's called Bad and Bitchy, and it takes an intersectional feminist lens looking at what's going on in the world. So I can send the link in the little
look in the group, Anna.
Links.
I love fat and bitchy.
Bad and Bitchy.
Okay. If you can't find the post, let me know, and I'll show you where it is. All right. That's the first thing. Secondly, I just want to say this for the last time, but I want to make it so obvious. I want everybody, I want you to help me to get other people in the group to reach out to each other. It's so important. Please don't judge people by their profile. By all means, I mean, that's just step one, because you don't know who they're connected with. And the objective of this group is for me to help you grow you and your business to the next level. And one way you can do it is called influencer marketing or leveraging other people. And that's what it's all about. Okay. So John's shared some things, Sandy shared things, Cecil did this thing. You've all shared something. Now, it may not be a direct interest of yours. However, you don't know whether who you're connected to could be of interest to John and vice versa. And all I'm asking you to do is to open up conversations with each other. Okay. And the last thing is this, should I have this every week or should I do it once a month? What do you think?
I'm good with every week myself.
I'd like it every week. I'm just not sure if I can make it every week. That's the only issue.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's great every week. It's just a matter of what you're promoting to get people's attention, you know, what you're talking about that day. But yeah, I go to them all the time, lots of lives, and they have them once a week and it works fine. But I think it depends on the topic that you're throwing up there. But that's okay because different people will come.
Yeah, I think.
Sandy, oh, sorry.
I know I personally won't be able to make it every week because I was going to share that with you, Peter, because there are some things I do on a Friday morning sometimes. And I do have a 1 o'clock every single Friday. I do an interview with someone from my group. And I know that someone from you've heard that you'll have become connected with someone from that as a result of that interview as well.
Thanks, Yvonne. Okay. Sandy, you made a very good point. You made a very good point. In terms of the topics for these Friday sessions, rather than me dominate this by deciding what the topic is, would you be prepared to message me with some thoughts about what you'd like to have as a topic, and I'll help you facilitate it. How about that?
Very good.
All right.
Yeah, excellent. I think that's what you need is input, you know, because somebody will say something and you'll say, oh gosh, I didn't think somebody was interested in that. But the reality is there's a huge audience out there, I can tell you from my experience anyway. Right.
And I'm actually, what you don't know is I'm going to take these videos and I'm going to upload them to YouTube as well, right?
Perfect.
So, and when I upload to YouTube, I'm taking the links you put in the comments and also putting it in the description of the video. All right.
Very good.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else before
the other thing that I see, Peter, is if we do them on a weekly, and like you said earlier, if we're inviting other people, that's going to help the group grow, but also the other topics that we're coming up with on a weekly basis, we're going to be able to attract a lot more people.
Yeah. I mean, I said earlier, just for those who join a little later, I'd like to grow the group. It's Lisa's 600 plus. She's putting me to shame. I'm about 150, but I don't sort of promote it, okay? But I'd like to grow it, but I want to put a limit on it. I don't want thousands in a group. I want engagement. And we've got people in this group who are actually going to kick out, because they're not doing anything, right? So why bother having them there? And I'd like to have you invite people into this community who you feel would benefit from it, and you could benefit from them being in the group as well. Does that make sense? So,
yeah, no, good idea. Yep.
So if you've got ideas about topics that we can cover, okay, we'll either cover them in these sessions, or I'll tell you what, I mean, if you haven't got it, I'll create it for you and give it to you, right? I mean, content creation is something I'm passionate about, right? But I would much rather it coming from you rather than coming from me. I don't want to be the center of attention. That's the whole point of it. All right. So thank you, everybody, very much for your help and your support. And for those of you who are living in Montana like you, Cecil, I hope you get the political leadership you desire. Goodness knows where your country's going. It worries me. It seems to be divided right down the middle. So anyway, I shouldn't put that topic up. Let it go. Thank you, everybody. That's the end of the session.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Peter.
Thanks, Peter.
Thank you, everyone.
Take care, guys.
Nice
Thank
seeing
you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you,
Ciao.
Peter.
Bye.